Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video. Now welcome back to Huzzy Spectates. Haven't done an episode in a while, mainly because the people that signed up to do the series weren't sending me replays, unfortunately, but now they have. I actually have two to do, and I'm probably going to do them back to back, so in the next few days you'll have this episode, and then maybe tomorrow or the day after you'll have another episode. But yeah, we're back, and we're going to be doing a spectate, mainly focusing on the Jinx. So as you can see, he's provided me the LOL skill, so let's have a little quick look. So his team does have a 51.6% chance to win. They have a silver 4 Vi, silver 4 Jinx, silver 4 Jax has not played the champion, silver 4 Anivia, and a silver 5 Rakan. On the enemy team, a silver 4 Lee Sin, and look at that win rate, everybody. So I do want to, we'll talk about that type of thing if there's a down point in the game, but as I've always said to people, 20 games is what I find is the magic number on how good you are with a champion if it suits you, and this guy's nearly played 50 and has that win rate with also a negative KD, so there's that. Silver 4 Zyra support, silver 4 Lux mid, again a negative win rate and a pretty bad KD there as well. Silver 5 Darius and a silver 4 Ashe. So there we go, there are all the rankings. So what we're going to do, we're going to get in-game, and right to the beginning of the game, let's actually only make the focus on blue side, because obviously we are favouring the Jinx on this game, on this team, and we're going to see how this goes. I do not know the result of the game, as always. I avoid that type of thing, and I'm just wanting to watch it the same time you guys are. This is the first time you're watching it, and we'll be pausing it, we'll be looking at stuff, we'll be talking about builds. That's the whole idea with this series. So I'll just say right now, Jinx in the current meta, how is Jinx? So if you are a Jinx player, first and foremost, obviously the lower rating you go, the less the meta actually matters. So this is a low silver game. Doesn't really matter if you're going to play Jinx and stuff, but the higher rating you go, Jinx struggles right now. Like, you can still do fine on her, that's not the point, but she struggles comparing to, let's say, making a game easy for yourself. And that's what the meta does, right? That for the average player in League that isn't looking to theory craft, that isn't looking to do anything special, the reason why you should play the meta is because everybody has determined those are the easiest champions to play, the strongest champions to play currently, and Jinx is not among these champions, mainly because lack of mobility. It's the same with Ashe. Ashe used to be strong and now nobody's playing her because of the mobility thing. Watch this Rakan jump on the Ashe for free. Watch this Zyra hit this Zyra for free. You know, it goes both ways. And that's why these type of champions aren't really a thing anymore. So let's just point out a couple things. Pause really quick. So again, these videos tend to go quite long because I pause quite often. So over here, Vi is starting on the blue buff, which is completely fine. But here, as you can see, no vision whatsoever on this red buff. So if you are having your jungler start over here and you're a bot lane, even if you're the support, you're the AD carry, whoever you are, it's a good idea just to drop a ward on here for a couple reasons. One, you're against the Lee Sin, so he loves to invade. You know, if they know Vi is starting here, the Lee Sin might try to invade this red. Either he do it straight away, get it for free, and you might not know, or he'll go there after blue. It's a chance. So always just dropping a ward, having extra information, because even if, the thing that people have to understand, wards aren't simply for when somebody walks over a ward and you're like, hey, look, we found him, he's walked over my ward. That's not the sole purpose of a ward. A big point of warding is if people don't walk over them, because then you know they're not there. Like, that's another piece of information that you can have. So if you ward the red buff and you're like, oh, Lee Sin hasn't gone, you know he's not here. You know he's not invading. So the most likely thing, if the enemy bot lane is late into lane, most likely things that's happening is they're helping with blue and then he's going to go over to his red. But alas, they won't 100% know that because they just came from their own red. So actually, point absolutely proven. This is why you should throw a ward here, because now they would have known that they started on this red and they didn't. So I think, again, we don't have pure vision, but I think Lee Sin started here, let the enemy bot lane come back into lane, and now my team have to be incredibly careful of a level 2 or 3 Lee Sin gank coming from behind. So let's just watch to see how it goes. Rakan is taking a lot of damage. He should just be running as much as he can. Gets hit by a Thunderlord, also getting exhausted. And there's the level 2 Lee Sin gank. And all this, remember, is because they didn't have any vision of that red buff. Now, they do survive, but look how far behind now they are at level 1. So, yes, Ashe is technically no farm, but heal is gone. Both summoners for Rakan is gone. And again, I have not watched this game yet. This is the first time I'm watching this game. And we literally were talking about having a ward on that red buff in case that happens. And it did. You know, it did. So anyway, we'll see how the lane goes. My team has been incredibly... But obviously, I'm going to refer to Jinx's team as my team because he's obviously the guy that I'm kind of spectating more. So we're going to try to help him a lot. Okay, so right now they should go in. The reason why they should have gone in right then, why, you can think of it for yourself, but Zyra's here. Minions were actually aggroed onto her for a split second, and she was level 1. Ashe is all the way back here. These guys are level 2. That was a free engage on a lone Zyra that has already blown exhaust. You would at least have got a flash then, and you probably would have even killed her if you got the knock up with Rakan. So that was a missed opportunity then. Again, I do want to say, and people have mentioned in this Spectate series, it's like, oh, Huz, you're coaching or you're spectating low silver people. You know, don't go into crazy detail. Trust me, I'm not. I could be mentioning a lot more already, but I choose not to. These, I'm just going over the big, basic things that everybody should notice. There's no point going over the very small details. That's for higher rating. This is just kind of the big, basic stuff that can make a big difference. Okay, so Lee Sin goes for a return gank. Good dodge by Rakan. They should be completely fine right now. Jinx has not got her mines. They should just keep running, keep running, keep running. Potentially, Jinx should have put some damage onto that Lee Sin, to be honest. Thrown a W, maybe even popped her range Q. Did a bit of return damage, because Lee Sin's pretty low. He should have to go back, but he might even just regen a little bit because he's got that red regen with going for Scuttle Crab or something. So we know Zyra is loving this bush right now. So it would be a good idea for my team to actually get a ward. Really good engage by Rakan there. Nearly dead. Unfortunately not. Okay, so Jinx does opt for that. Very questionable there. So again, sometimes you need to go for a bit of a smarter play and not for a crazy greedy play. So what Jinx saw there, she needs to back off, otherwise she's going to die. Look how many minions, and boom, she does go down. So big mistakes coming out this Jinx, unfortunately. First mistake was going for the Zyra. She's already gone. She's left the fight. She's not coming back into the fight anytime soon. You're still 2v1 versus an Ashe, and she's running past your minions. Focus her, kill her. It's really a free kill. Otherwise, you know, you're running all this way, and then you're running back into lane while getting hit by minions. And then second thing, she was fine. Like, she could have survived. Instead, she went for another greedy play. Was in the middle of minions, in the middle of a Zyra plant, and she gets killed for that as well. So just too much greediness coming out my bot lane right now. First and foremost, not warding. That was greedy. By not having that information, they got screwed at level 1. And then secondly, that big fight then. And I will say, that was mainly the Jinx. That wasn't really the Rakan at all. I don't think the Rakan could have done much more there, to be honest. So, yeah. But it's okay. You know, again, you just got to hold on. Sometimes when this lane already has now gone a bit negative, the best thing you can do is just focus on farming. So we'll see how her last hits are. So not going to get that one. Rakan, I don't like his auto attacks right now. The reason why I don't like his auto attacks is my team does not want to be pushing this lane. They are at a disadvantage, and a pretty big one now. So they should just kind of make it stay near the tower. Jinx, if she really needs to, can go into a higher range Q and just farm. Just farm for a while. Get level 6, see what you can do then. Get Vi to gank for you. Just turtle. Because you're not going to win 2v2s, or you shouldn't. Obviously, anything can happen technically, but right now my team should not win a 2v2. So anyway, top lane, just have a little look. They're having a little bit of a skirmish. Jax will not win that one because he uses E at not a great time. Jax is dead. That was actually an interesting time to go to top lane. Mid lane, also, Anivia's got a slight farm advantage, but health advantage goes to Lux. But anyway, let's return to bot lane while a fight is going on. Both exhausts coming out. Rakan is completely focusing Ashe, which potentially they should just swap over to the Zyra. Okay, they get the kill. That was really good by Rakan. And again, like I mentioned to everybody, this lane should be over. Like, again, this is where sometimes people get too disheartened, especially in lower ranks. The average solo queue player really shouldn't really get disheartened if a game is going slightly bad. Because in higher rating, this lane was done. Like, them getting those early kills, Ashe having way more farm, this lane's over. People would know how to take that lead. But in low rating, again, it's not me being harsh, it's just stating fact. People don't know how to actually play to their lead, play to their advantage, and they throw all the time. So never have a disheartened, you know, never feel bad about occasionally doing a mistake. Everybody makes them. And you can come back. Okay, that's a kill. Oh, nearly. I think if Jinx potentially was pushed up a little bit more, look for mines, that potentially could have been a kill. Now, then my team do have to be a little bit careful here. Ashe is returned. They have an okay amount of vision, I guess, in the river. But if Lee Sin were to come right now, they potentially could be in trouble. Okay, so what is good there is the minions actually stop Lee Sin looking for a Q. They should look for Zyra. She's going to die if she's not careful. She's playing way too aggro. So yeah, Lee Sin came at a time that I thought he would, and that's because they have no vision back here. And one thing just to note, again, as a team, you should know this, especially as a jungler of Vi, She's now starting back on her blue, which she started level 1. She knows her red buff got counter jungled at level 1. And they just saw Lee Sin gank bot lane. So where is Lee Sin? Lee Sin's at red. 100% he's at red. Now, he's not good at 2v1ing in the early game, so what should my team be doing? Anivia potentially could push, but she right now could technically leave to go to the red buff. My Rakan is already potentially looking to go there, and they could collapse on that Lee Sin and get a completely free kill. He's only level 4. He's actually a level down comparing to the Vi. So that's one thing that my team should do, is at least look for it. Otherwise, Vi's red has just got counter jungled again for free. If they don't do anything about it, my team, my bot lane, has to be incredibly careful again for a gank behind them. If they don't be careful, they're just going to get ganked like they did level 1 or level 2. But yeah. Potentially even have a ward in the tri-bush could be useful. They haven't put a ward there, I don't believe, yet. But anyway, they're going to just do a bit of farming. No idea where Zyra is right now. Ashe is alone. But she has got full health and you don't have any vision, so you do not engage on her. You do not know where anybody is. So you just kind of play it safe until you have more information. Again, League is a game of information. How much damage can you do? How much gold do you need? How do you get that gold? What does that dragon do? It's all information that helps you win these games. And then the higher rating you get, people use this information and then they use their mechanics to make it come true. They make their mechanics actually use the information. And that's basically what it is. So right now the bot lane I'd say is going okay considering to where the lane was. Jinx is now ahead on farm, which is good. We are now level 6 with the Jinx. Rakan will probably be nearing there. And then the only thing I would say, potentially I'm a little bit worried about, is somebody summed up Rakan. I can't remember who it was, but somebody summed up Rakan very well. Was Rakan has an engaging kit. Like, he wants to engage, but his engage sucks. So Jinx gets engaged on right there, and Rakan is going to go down most likely. Vi continuing to farm is slightly a mistake. They could potentially look for a counter dive here. Zyra was maybe looking for something. Good hit with the W. Lee Sin's also hovering around the bot lane. Obviously got the red buff that Vi does not. But yeah, that's what somebody described. Again, I can't for the life of me remember who described Rakan as that. But it might be in Double Lift. In the fact that, yes, got an engaging kit. But the engage sucks. She just dies straight away. Okay, so Vi's going in. Rakan dies straight away to Zyra. Jinx picks up one with her rocket. But now she is in a 2v1 situation. Right now, okay, so let's just pause. What should Jinx be doing? Jinx should not be running away right now. She should be under this tower and looking to try and survive as long as she can. Why? One, Lee Sin loves chasing people. If you were in open space with no towers, Lee Sin's in heaven right now, so I imagine Jinx is about to die. Secondly, Anivia's coming. So if you stay under tower and they're focusing under tower, potentially taking tower hits, getting lower in health, you might die. That's fine. Again, this is where sometimes people have to care less about their KD and look at the general picture. You stay under tower, get them low by taking tower hits, and Anivia comes and cleans it. But instead, if you're running this way, away from the tower, away from the Anivia, you're just giving Lee Sin a free kill, and he won't get low health, so Anivia might not get anything. But let's see how it plays out. So Lee Sin even flashes for it, but doesn't actually do anything. He misses the Q completely. W, he's making a lot of mistakes. Jinx should actually just auto him. And yeah, that was actually really badly played by Lee, to be honest. Again, let me just make the point very clear. This is low silver, and that Lee Sin's win rate, as you guys saw as well as me, the win rate was very, very bad. And I have said to people, and people have asked me all the time, what champions are good for high rating, what champions are bad for high rating. Now, there isn't a concrete, this is amazing, this is terrible. But what I'd say is you just need to be smart about what you're going to play. You know, are you good at mechanics? There are some low-rating people that are good at mechanics, but just are terrible at decision-making, terrible at game knowledge, and that's why they're low rating. Vice versa, there are people that are good at game knowledge and terrible at mechanics. If your win rate is already this kind of bad as Lee Sin, this champion, in my opinion, is not for you. It just is not for you. You should not play this champion anymore in ranked. If you like the champion, that is completely fine. Play the occasional normal game, but in ranked is the environment that you should kind of try hard to try and just win games. That's the objective here in ranked. In ranked, sure, have fun is part of it, but the primary objective in ranked is to win. And this guy playing Lee Sin, you could just literally see that any competent Lee Sin would have got that kill. 100%. Any competent Lee Sin. Even in this rating. But this guy, Lee Sin, does not suit him. But there you go. Anyway, Nivea is getting a little bit caught out by the Lux. I think she'll be fine, though, to be honest. Lux is actually killing herself by actually walking way too close. One auto attack would have got that kill. Damn. one auto attack. Never underestimate your auto attacks, everybody. But she does survive, and again, farm-wise, she's doing quite well. So this game right now is fine. You know, Jinx has got herself into a pretty good situation, to be honest. My only concern will be the Rakan if he's just going to die a lot. Because again, engaging kit, but dies straight away. If there's a Zyra that he engages on with an Ashe combo, is he just going to go pop for the rest of the game? We'll have to kind of see. But yeah, I prefer, just to kind of say team comp-wise, I think the team comps are relatively even. If you actually just looked at the champions that are in the game. But actually, how do I think this game is going to play out? I actually would think my team is going to win in this game. So anyway, good engage by Rakan there. Look for auto attacks. Look for auto attacks. One more auto attack. Potentially going to just go for the Ashe. Let's see what happens. Okay, get the flash. 2 flashes. That's not bad. I think they potentially got the kill. What should my team be doing right now? Bot lane is going away. You can see Lee Sin is top lane. Infernal Dragon. Infernal is incredibly important. Again, Infernal is incredibly important anyway. The enemy team just going for a dive on Jax. Let's just kind of watch Lee Sin again. Auto attack him. Auto attack him. Auto attack him. Kick back into the safety. Potentially a kill. Stop. Okay, Jax made a slight mistake there. What did Jax do wrong, everybody? Most people will probably know. Jax didn't finish his E. If Jax finished his E to land the stun, there was a chance that he would have killed Darius. One of 2 reasons. One, you're stopping him so the tower's hitting him more. And secondly, if I'm not mistaken, he would have cancelled Darius's Q so he wouldn't have got the heal. So that should have been a thing. If Darius was auto-attacking him, then he should have kept it up. But he wasn't. He was casting a spell. But yeah, Infernal Dragon, just to kind of go on my point, is incredibly important anyway. But it's more important when neither team has pure tanks. The reason for it is Infernal Dragon obviously gives ability, power, and AD. So if you have a tank, that tank isn't benefiting that much from those bonuses, right? Because they're a tank. But if no tanks are present in the game, if everybody is building damage, then everybody on your team is using that Infernal Dragon to its full potential. And neither team has a full tank. So both teams are benefiting from Infernal Dragon with all 5 people. Arguably, the enemy team is actually benefiting more because they've got a Zyra and they've got a Rakan. Rakan doesn't benefit that much from AP from the Infernal Dragon, where Zyra does. So you should be prioritizing taking the Infernal Dragons. Anyway, let's continue. My team is looking for the tower. Again, I do think they should be looking for this. Enemy team, you can see there was spamming mid lane tower, which is a bit interesting because, again, the lane's pushed in, but they just had vision of Vi actually there. Again, they got first blood tower, which is great, and now they should be going for this. Really, they should be going for this. So I am hoping they are going to do it, and I think they are, which is 10 out of 10, really good. So again, Lee Sin made another mistake, obviously going for that tower dive. He does give another free kill, and I think by looking at the Lee Sin's KD and all that stuff, I think we can tell this Lee Sin's playstyle is he can't pull off great stuff mechanically, so he goes for all-ins and they just don't work very well. There's the all-in that I was talking about. Change of direction. Rakan should be able to pick up that, and he does. So they get Infernal Dragon 2 kills. Zyra goes down. Jinx goes down. Jinx does go down, I believe, with both summoners up, so that is a slight mistake by her. But like I mentioned, that is the biggest weakness. Ooh, over here. Lovely. The biggest weakness, oh, that was bad missing that, of Jinx is the lack, good stun, is the lack of mobility. Good wall, completely Nivea right now, so they're basically relying on auto attacks and they do get it. Lovely. And Lee Sin is in the area, but he shouldn't really be a threat when you're 3 people. Vi should be careful in a 1v1 without mana, but that's pretty good. Well done. Okay, not bad. Let's actually just speed up the game a little bit while there's not really anything going on. So we'll wait until somebody actually goes into lane and something interesting happens. So anyway, there we go. So top lane, I've played this matchup obviously quite a lot. And again, like I mentioned, in lower ratings, people don't use their champions to their full potential. So in this normal matchup, Jax versus Darius, it's a relatively a skill matchup, but Darius should have early advantage. Darius should use his auto attack advantage, his damage, his passive, 40 plus AD in level 1 to just kind of bully the lane. And we haven't seen that this game. We've seen that Jax has been relatively even on farm throughout, and his item build isn't a standard Jax build. He's got the Tiamat, and he's building a Vamp Scepter, which I presume is into a Gunblade. Getting engaged on now, and Zyra, Mr. E, unfortunately. Jax should try and actually make his way out. I would actually think he would probably get away there, but he's actually just going to go for the kill. Does go down, Lee Sin picks it up. Small mistake there, but Zyra is starting to roam, probably because she's actually thinking things aren't going well. Good knock up by the Rakan there. Misses the Q, lovely. Good W. I'd say one thing that Jinx is doing well, she's actually landing her Ws pretty often. Most of them, I wouldn't say all of them, but yeah, most of them she's done well on. And Nivea unfortunately misses the wall. If she got a good wall off, then she might have actually picked up the Lee Sin. But anyway, you can see my team has rotated mid lane to farm. And then, so my bot lane, and then top lane, mid's gone top. So what should Jax be doing? He should not be walking top lane right now. Top lane's covered. He should be going bot lane. Bot lane is open, it's free, and this is where sometimes you have to be flexible with where you go, and he should be just heading down that way, because Anivia's already pushing top lane, right? He does not need to go top lane, but he still is. And that's where some people can get a little bit too tied to their lane. Gotta be loosey-goosey. You know, just be kind of going to where you need. Okay, so just right now, mention a couple things. So Rakan has decided to go top lane. Firstly, why? What are you gaining from going top lane as a Rakan? Secondly, Jinx is completely alone. So she has to be so careful right now because, again, the enemy team comp is the classic Ashe Zyra. It's the arrow into full damage Zyra. So what's going to happen, potentially? She could get killed if she's not careful. Lee Sin is coming top lane as well. Probably won't have anything happen. So we know Ashe is in the area. We do not know where Zyra is right now, but you've got to presume she's bot lane. So this Jinx should be very careful right now. And she should really be saying, if I was this Jinx, I'd be like, Rakan, please come bot lane. You know, you're not going to gain that much. Even if you do gain something, it's not worth letting the Jinx suffer, because the Jinx has actually got a pretty strong base already. You want your AD carry to do well. Let's go back down to the Jinx and see how she plays this out. So again, I would think the correct thing here, leave the tower. Don't try to 2v1 because you're just going to get blown up if you do. Vi picks up a solo kill on the Lux, I think, somewhere in mid lane, so that's good. So the smart idea by Jinx, yes, it sucks sometimes in AD. You're like, I can't farm, I'm 2v1, but that's what you do. If you've got a support that is going to go roam, just wait, be patient. You don't need to do anything while your team is actually doing stuff. And yes, that's good. I know the more sucky situation is if you're an AD carry, your support roams and your support's not actually doing anything that roams. Yeah, that sucks. But when they are doing stuff, be really patient about it. Go, yeah, go roam. You know, I'll just kind of wait. And look, this lane is pushing in. Jinx just went to go buy, completely safe. And now she has a free lane to farm in without nearly dying. Zyra uses her flash to get away. They need to be a bit careful, though. They get double engaged on and... yeah, not good. Do kills. Just kind of unneeded a lot of the time. Good wall by Anivia. But yeah, it's just a little bit too overextendy. You know, just because you can engage on somebody like a Rakan doesn't mean you should. It's like the Blitzcrank. Just because you can grab that Cho'Gath doesn't mean it's always a good target. You know, sometimes wait for a better opportunity. And that opportunity, you're completely alone in mid lane with no vision. You have no information. That was potentially an engage. Vi and they are on two different wavelengths right now. Okay, there's the flash. Could go for an ult. Okay, Vi does not have ultimate. That's why. There's the heal coming out of Ashe. I don't even think she was going to get hit. So that's a nice waste of summoner spell there. I've got a cold, apparently. I always get colds while commentating. But right now, they should look for a flipping gauge if they can. So Vi Q. Lovely. They should be looking to help. Where's the Jinx rocket potentially? Little bit too alone. Ashe is potentially going to be looking for a kill. There's the kill, there's the kill, there's the kill, there's the kill. Oh, where's the damage from Anivia? Okay, so Rakan has actually left the game. Hopefully he'll be back. Jax is just staying top lane, getting a bit of farm, which is fine. Again, eventually he should be able to 1v1 the Darius. It does move into favour. Good free kill there. Don't know what Zyra's doing. Then Jinx gives a free kill too. A lot of free kills coming up this game. Just people walking into the wrong area completely. Okay, Rakan is back. Good! Triple knock-up. Really nice play there, actually, by Rakan. There's his ultimate. Charming people. They should focus the Lux. She is the furthest away from tower, so the easiest to focus. They're going to go for the Lee Sin. Really good. If he... oh, he should have jumped over that wall. And he will probably go down. Boom, double kill. Yeah, this Lee Sin's making a lot of mistakes. He should have jumped this wall because then they couldn't have followed. But instead he went further into the lane, which they could just get to. Okay, so Jax does go down to the Darius. And again, Darius is still strong. So one thing, again, let's pause and notice. Darius is buying complete items. And this is where sometimes people get a bit confused of like, oh, Huzz, what do you mean about complete items? Generally, complete items are stronger than components. So... Darius has a completed Black Cleaver. He's got completed Ninja Tabby. He's got a Spectrous Cowl, which is a half-completed item. Jax, Tiamat, not completed. He's got his Ninja Tabby. Vampiric Scepter, just randomly being there. Chain Vest, randomly being there. Ruby Crystal, randomly being there. no completed items right now coming out the Jax, not even one. Instead, he's buying components. So naturally, the Darius having completed Black Cleaver is going to make a lot of that armor redundant because it's not doing anything. It's not in a completed strong item. So that's why I would say Darius is still winning this 1v1, and so much so, Darius is technically 2 levels ahead. So Jax, one, shouldn't be taking this fight because he's down on XP. But secondly, Jax isn't completing his items. He's just kind of buying components, and buying components isn't good. There are some champions that component buying is okay, like Karthus and the scaling items that you buy a tier and you leave it there for a while, or you buy tier and catalyst, and that will eventually turn into a Rod of Ages, and then eventually into the tier item. But those are scaling champions that buy those type of items. Jax should be buying complete items, but he's buying none. So that's where the Jax is going wrong right now. Rakan is pushing the mid lane. You can see now Zyra is starting to buy her damage. Gets straight away stunned. They potentially will take her down. Maybe one auto attack will do. Nearly. Rakan might go for the kill. Does, and he actually gets a really nice play by him. Zyra ult did not save her. Darius is looking for the kill. Somebody should be trying. Okay, he just flashes away. Again, whenever you have a Rakan or a Braum or something in your team and you're in trouble, get close to them because then they can jump to you. Especially if you're a Zyra with a Rakan with the increased range that you give him. But anyway, another Infernal coming down, and it's good play by Vi. Getting a completely free Infernal helps their team and denies the enemy team as much as they gain. Engage coming here. I don't even know if this is a good engage by the enemy team. Okay, boom. Straight away damage coming out from Darius, which is pretty big. Don't know if they're going to gain anything more. They might. Good wall. Potentially Rakan's going to die. Good knock-up. Potentially Nivea ult coming down, maybe. Need the Nivea ult to just kind of ward them off. Okay, that's good. Surviving is all... And they get a return kill with the rocket. That's really good. So a 1-for-1 in total. Not bad. Jax is looking for a flank play. They exactly know, and they just bind him straight away. So not the best TP play. Not the best TP play in general anyway, because when you look at his team, they're kind of low. So you should be kind of like, okay, well, let's not really go for this yet. They are rotating over to the tier 2, but Darius has beat everybody to it. But let's just kind of go over the Jax's build for a second. Again, I know we're kind of focusing more on the Jinx, but she's doing good stuff right now. So again, this is where I kind of diverse and kind of just talk about the rating of Silver 4 roughly in general. So I think, again, if from the loading screen, we actually can confirm... This Jax has never played him before. Again, he could play normals. Again, people say that to me all the time. Oh, he could have done normals. I don't count normals to people's experience. Because, again, people don't try in normals, where in ranked, it's a completely different environment. Never use normals to kind of identify how good you are with a champion. So he's never played Jax before. So Jax, just to kind of tell everybody, he's a bruiser hybrid carry, basically. Or a late game carry. So his strong items are known to be Triforce and Gunblade, Hextech Gunblade. None of them are here. Also, he's not a tank, like, at all. He is a duelist 1v1 champion that could build one tank item later, maybe two, but that would be like a GA and something else. So he hasn't built Triforce, he hasn't built Gunblade, but he's got the Vampiric Scepter with the Tiamat. I would presume that's Hydra. So he's building completely wrong right now. And then he's also building tank on a Jax. Like, again, if you ever want to play a champion in ranked, make sure you do your research of how they're built and how they're actually supposed to be played. And again, I say to people all the time, oh, sometimes you need to adjust your build if you're not playing well. There are certain champions you can't really do that. Like a Jax, you're not a tank. Like, in any stretch of the imagination, you can do basically everything as a Jax damage than you can if you're a Jax playing tank. You'll still be popping your ultimate for increased resistances, jumping into the middle of them, putting the E-stun on, and just auto-attacking people. But if you're building tank, you just won't do any damage. You can do all that as damage, but you'll do more damage. So it's a little bit weird to see. Again, he should not be going for the 1v1 fight on the Darius. He's still a level down. And again, Darius will be doing damage because he's got a Black Cleaver. Jax will be basically doing no damage. He's going tank, basically, which is very weird to see. Anyway, mid lane. Get a little bit poked there, but it should be okay. Need to be careful, though. They are looking for potentially an engage. Best thing, okay, Lisa misses Q. Arrow coming down. Oh, she just gets hit. Double knock up and taunt away with his ultimate. Really well played by Rakan. I've actually been impressed with this Rakan, to be honest. Vi's looking potentially if they go for a crazy play. Boom, they do. This Lee Sin, again, decision making is quite bad. Potentially a rocket. Does Jinx rocket up? It is. She might be able to look for it on the Lee. They are looking for the Zyra. Boom, ult comes down. Remember, Jinx still has rocket. Jax is looking for the Ashe, which is actually really good. He gets the Ashe. Lee Sin goes back in for some reason. Boom, Jax picks up a double kill. Got to be really careful of the plants. They do not go down. And again, good fight. They shouldn't push the advantage too much. And Nivea is picking up an extra kill, which is great. So the reason I'd say the enemy team is actually losing this is they're not using their strengths. Ooh, double. So you're seeing their strength right now. Their strength right now, a lot of it is Darius. They're not using that. They're getting caught without Darius. They're looking for crazy engage plays as 4 people, but they're the 4 weak people. That's a Lux with 70 farm. That's an Ashe that's 2 and 5. That's the Lee Sin that's negative KD. They're looking for engages without using their strength of a Darius. And I think that's what they're missing. If they went as 5 people, look for an engage with Darius around, it's a different story. But that's where they're going wrong. So, yeah. Anyway, my team is probably just going to be buying a bit of items. So Anivia 4-4, so she's actually gone for the GLP build. Again, I've spoken about this build in the past. People have asked me about it in the past. I do not like this build. I find it's a build that can work if you're against melee champions a lot of the time because they have to get close to you and you slow them, etc. But you're against a Lux, you're against an Ashe. They should be technically nowhere near you. So that's why I think going the Roa build, having just more general damage, is way more efficient to an Anivia in this specific matchup. If you're against a Zed, a Talon, then maybe go for the GLP, which is this item. But other than that, I really wouldn't buy it. Anyway, what should my team do now? So how do you close out games, I hear people asking, and I have no idea how long left of this game actually is. I would presume maybe 10 minutes, if my team decide to actually want to win the game. So by me saying that, wall, oh, close. Darius, and this is where my point is, Darius's damage is going to be insane if he's allowed to do his thing. Boom, egg. Vi should be going on the Darius. My team should be focusing the Darius. He's the one that's going to be murdering everybody right now. And they're not focusing him. So they are killing the backline just to add my 2 bruisers. So I think they'll be okay. But you can't just let a Darius do whatever he wants. He is probably going to try and leave. Jax is going to continue going for damage. Potentially, if they go for the Lee Sin, they can pick him up. And instead, Rakan goes to the backline. Again, I think they should have just taken the free kill on Lee. If Lee got knocked up there was a potential chance they would have killed him. And they should just back off now. So, okay, messy team fight. But you can definitely see my point. The Darius is the scary one here. But luckily, he only got 1 person because of the Anivia egg. If that was any other mid laner, he would have got 2 kills there by himself, but instead he just killed the Jinx. Again, I don't know if it's bugged, but Jinx has both summoners. I don't know if they were up in the fight. If they were, she should have been looking to use them. Rakan is looking to bait right now, by the way, because generally this game has been the enemy team looking at people and just engaging at them 100%. They haven't really been thinking. They've gone, oh, we can go, let's go. You can use that to your advantage a lot of the time. People have done fake AFKs. I've seen that at work a few times, that you just kind of pretend to be AFK, someone engages you, boom, you kill them. It's a bit of scumbag technique, but if they fall for it, you know, it's not your fault. Okay, Jax is looking for an engage, gets exhausted, and be happy with the exhaust. Actually, they're doing more than that. Rakan goes for an ultimate, crazy good knock-up and taunt. Really nice damage coming out there, but Darius is still the one remaining, but luckily Vi comes into the rescue to kind of just deter the Darius right now. Darius gets a really good knock, or a hook in, and Vi gets a good ultimate, kills the Rakan. They're tower diving, and Darius is killing everything. So that's where the mistake lay. Again, Anivia's in top lane, arguably doing the correct thing of playing this game a little bit smart. If she was with them, this fight probably would have been different, but again, that's the point. She wasn't with them, so you can't pretend that she was. So overall, a good play, great initiation by Rakan. Ultimate into triple knockup, whatever it was. But then the overstay on the tower is where that went wrong. Get those kills, back out, be happy with what you got. Okay, so Anivia is going to be looking just to kind of stop them. I don't think she can, so she should look to just survive. Potentially stop them going for the tier 2. Potentially stop them going for you, in fact. She might even be able to get a kill if Darius does overstay. Which is nice. You have to be careful though, because that does cancel, and now she is very close to him. Ooh, they might get her. Jinx. Okay, don't go for it anymore. Okay, Dragon-wise is not an Infernal, but still an important dragon to take. If it's a free dragon, it's a good dragon. But anyway, let's just continue, slow it down. Anivia's probably going to go back. But let's have a look at the gold, shall we? So, gold-wise, Darius has got 10.4k, and Jax has got 8.8. Enemy team doing dragon. Let's just quickly focus this while we're here. So they do get the dragon. Lee Sin gets out this way. So Vi actually is making a mistake by popping over this way. They should be looking for Lee Sin or even go for Vi. Lee Sin's over here in our territory. Don't know why they're not rotating over for the Ashe. Okay, they are now. Ashe is completely by herself, basically just accepting the death. Really nice by Vi giving the kill there. More kills on the way. Lux really not paying attention to her positioning. And again, good play by Rakan, I think, using his ultimate knock-up there. So this game, so literally, yeah, I know it's very messy, but you can make sense of it. Is that one team is working as actually a team a lot of the time. Rakan, I was actually say, is the secret carry this game, with really good knockups, really good ultimates and stuff like that. And the enemy team is just kind of splitting too much and letting the enemy team do what they want. So it doesn't even matter that this Jax's build doesn't make sense. It's irrelevant at this point because of the strength my team has. The only one thing I'd say, though, is the Anivia is very strong, but she's not playing exactly with the team. So sometimes if you are playing in a game of League and you're like, oh, this person isn't playing with us, the best thing you could do is just go to them. And that's what my team just did. They went to the Anivia because they may think that she's not going to come with them. Ashe Arrow goes straight down the middle, doesn't get anybody, so that's good. So just again, point out, Ashe is currently 2 and 8. This will be because, again, she's got lack of mobility. This is potentially a free kill on the Ashe wall this way. Okay, Ashe again mispositions. And this is what can happen to low mobility champions like an Ashe. AD carries right now are struggling. And luckily this isn't happening to my Jinx because, again, my team is ahead. But if the enemy team got ahead, it probably would have happened. But it's just the other way around this game. They should potentially look for an engage right now. No, remember, no Ashe right up. Again, Zyra walking way too close. Vi goes in. Anivia should, again, let's pause. Team fight happening. Anivia, no effort right now of going to go help. None. She's just going for the farm. If she doesn't turn around in the next second, massive mistake. And again, we've already pointed out that this Anivia does not seem a massive team player. She's very much like a lone wolf. And yes, great. She's nearly 100 farm up. But there's no point being 100 farm up, being very strong, if you're not actually looking to use that at all. If you're just farming the whole time, there's no point having it. So let's see if she does move over. We're going to go back on the team fight and just watch the mini-map if she continues to go this way or she does turn. We're hoping she turns. Keep watching the team fight. And she's ignoring it. So, not good by the Anivia, to be honest. Again, doesn't seem to be a big team player. Jax gets caught a little bit. Rakan ultimate's coming down. Go for the knock-up on the Vi. Oh, the Zyra gets another kill by himself. Really impressed by this Rakan. Again, this is low silver. I don't think that guy's a smurf. I think he's just a good Rakan player. Which is good. Good to see. So they should back out right now. You don't want to risk it. Ashe Arrow could come down. But never mind. Okay, good. But, yeah. Anivia needs to group more. Potentially, they could even look for a Baron with their team comp. Anivia, Jax, Vi, Jinx all do Baron very quickly. And also, well, what you'd probably want, if I was this team, what would I want to do? They're doing a lot of picks, which is good, but they need to translate that. Okay, flash for flash, not terrible. Because one's an AD carry, one's a Jax, so it's more worth getting the AD carry. I don't know what Ashe is doing. She's overstaying way too close to a Jax. Like, she potentially could die if she stays, like, trying to attack him. If I was this team, I potentially would go for, like over here, Siege, with the Anivia and the Jinx. Go for a base tower down in bot lane. Because if you get this, then it's Baron is free, right? Going for an engage on the Zyra. They're getting caught, though, into a double knock-up. Okay, so she was very close to getting that auto-attack. Here we go. Into the Anivia ultimate. Boom, the Jinx rocket comes off. So 2v1. Technically worth it. Jinx is actually going for an aggressive flash into a Darius. That's a little bit questionable. They need to just do CC chain him. But Darius is not dying. They've got to be really careful with this Darius. Okay, Anivia walls, but actually screws herself up a little bit. They're going to continue going for the damage. I'm not sure how this is going to go, so they should just probably back out. Again, they need to focus that Darius. I cannot stress that enough. If you don't focus him, he's going to kill stuff. But I will say that was mainly on the Vi flashing into him. You don't generally want to flash into a Darius that's kind of fed. But yeah, I think she knows that, obviously. She probably just didn't realise that Darius was in there. But yeah. Right. Alright, I'm actually going to be right back a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I just had to clear my sinuses. I don't know. Occasionally when I'm commentating, my sinuses just get so full. No idea why, and it's really weird. But anyway, that feels better. What my team, again, should be doing is potentially sieging bot lane. They've got an Anivia, which is perfect as a counter to if a Darius is... So here's the point. I know Darius quite well. If Darius is running at people, he can get countered. Especially, here's the engage by Ashe. Okay, so just to kind of point out, she's kind of alone, but Lee Sin is with her. Anivia has not got flash up, just blue barrier. What should be doing? Wall, when she's not stunned. Wall and then run down. So wall, run this way because her teammates will be running this way. So let's see how it plays out. So wall, goes for the stun instead, doesn't even wall. Half health Ashe with just a Q, and she will go down for free. So that is partially Anivia just being alone at this stage of the game, which you can't really do. But yeah, they should be just looking to group. So Darius is actually relatively half health. They could take this fight if Jax actually comes up. Again, we know that Ashe doesn't have flash, so if Zyra sees if Vi sees an ultimate, he should go for it, to be honest. Surprise. Okay, here we go. Jax should be going for that Ashe right now, right now, right now, right now. Really close. He's popping his E too early that he doesn't actually know. Okay, Rakan goes for an ultimate. Bop, bop. Okay, where's my Jinx? Jinx is auto-attacking like crazy. This is exactly what we want. I think that'll do. They potentially could go for the Baron if they wanted to. Okay, they're going for the Zyra. Unlucky. Okay, so Vi mispositioning. And free kill. Okay, lovely. Okay, so instead of the Baron, they should be going for an inhib. Again, Baron sometimes is good if you don't kill everybody. Like, you just kill their jungler, no smite. But if you kill more people, yeah, just go for their base. Darius is using teleport on the front tower. What? That's a little bit weird. By the time he would have run there with home guard, it probably would have been, you know, fine. Okay, they're just going to go for auto attacks. Just pile on him, pile on him, pile on him. Ooh, that heal and missed the rocket, unfortunately. Okay, so they will get the inhibitor. Getting the inhibitor opens up the game completely, so they can either... Okay, so they should turn. You know, they're not going to get away from that very easily, so... Ooh, he nearly gets that kill. If they actually went with him, I think they would have. They can either go do the Baron, because they have the open inhibitor, but it's still risky. Again, I wouldn't do it right now. I would wait a moment. I'd probably go get the Infernal Dragon, because that would be triple Infernal. So I don't think they should be doing this, not right now. They should get the Infernal, go back and buy, wait for super minions to get into the base, and then do it, because now look what's happening. This is a terrible call by the Anivia, I think, that was making the call. Because that opens up the opportunity for the enemy team to do Baron now. Jinx is actually doing the right call of taking the Infernal, then going to go buy, but instead they try to do Infernal Dragon, try to do Baron, sorry, which was a terrible call at the time. Vi's going to just try and take out the AD carry, which is good. Jinx should just leave this alone. This is not what you want to do right now. The enemy, your own team is just thrown. Again, Baron is never a good thing to do, really, unless you know it's free. So go buy, let super minions get in the base, and then do Baron, because then they have to worry about the supers walking in their base. Or they should have got the Infernal Dragon and then got bot lane. Again, get the bottom lane inhibitor. So Jinx does have rocket. Boom, free kill. They might not even be able to do this Baron. Okay, so with Jax collapsing, Jinx might be able to actually move in. Potentially. Let's see how it goes. They're giving up. Oh. One kill. Okay, where's Jinx? Jinx should be there. Yep, there's the rockets. And Jax should be focusing the Darius, focusing the Darius, focusing the Darius. Just keep running. Don't even auto. Shouldn't have even auto. Should have just kept running. Jax will get this kill, though, I think. So this is good by my team. Okay, good counter. There was a good Jinx rocket into the Jax coming. So this is where Baron can make such a massive throw play for both teams, is that my team potentially threw because they did Baron at a terrible time, but then the enemy team trying to do it when they're kind of weak was also a terrible idea. So the rule of today is just don't do Baron, everybody. Like, it just, trust me, it's just not really worth doing. So Rakan is looking for an ultimate. He needs to run into him to get the taunt, and he misses it, unfortunately. They might have actually got that kill if he just hit the little charm. Nivea, again, going bot lane. Okay, so like I mentioned, this is Nivea, not the biggest, greatest team playing person in the game. But what they should be doing, my team. Okay, so options available. First option, now Baron. Why now Baron? Because now the super minions are in the enemy base. Now there is a distraction that they have instead of having no distraction. Secondly, you already have people grouping top lane. So naturally, this is already kind of low health. You go for top lane tower. But now your Anivia is bot lane. And Anivia going bot lane kind of puts a screw in the works kind of to everything. Because now, as a team, you're focused. Like, again, I don't think this Anivia is going to group with you. So you have to go to this Anivia. And now you have to focus a tower that's full health. Which, again, isn't terrible. Like, getting this is actually pretty big. Because if you get this inhibitor with super minions walking in this way is the furthest away from Baron. So it's the longest distance that there is from here to here. So it's actually a very good inhibitor to take. Again, it goes for the opposite. If you're playing on this side, the best inhibitor to take is this one because it's the furthest away from Baron if you want to get Baron. But instead, they're all split. So hopefully what my team do is back out. Either Anivia starts making her way top lane or my team start making their way bot lane. If they stay split, I don't think it's going to go well unless they get a very good pick. Again, they shouldn't be looking to do crazy stuff anyway because Jinx is only just respawned. So they do have to be a little bit careful. Because again, if the enemy team use their comp correctly and use a good Ashe arrow for an engage, it is a little bit scary. But Jax is pinging the Baron, has actually started the Baron by himself. Oh god. His item build, man. I have no idea what that is. So again, as I say to people, do your research about item builds, because if you don't, that type of build can happen. Okay, Rakan is going over. So they are now doing the Baron, which they should actually get it for free. And Nivea still is not grouping at all. Gets a Baron now, and they get it for free. So again, what should my team do? Go to the Anivia. They've already got open, like the mid lane's already open, so these guys should go all the way down here to the Anivia. If I was the enemy team right now, what would I be doing? I'd look for a full engage on the Anivia when she was alone, but they weren't looking for anything. So this enemy team, to be honest, is kind of playing into my team's hands. So smart idea, pushing this minion wave in, it pushes back the enemy, and then it focuses that tower. Or you can just go straight for a base tower, but most likely they'll go for this when minions come in. And also they get one of the base towers with all the super minions, Baron buff, and boom, they get that straight away. And then they should really be looking to engage for free and end the game. So relatively a good game. I'd say my Jinx has done good. In the early game there were a few mistakes, but she didn't let them tilt her. They got back into it. She's done well playing in the back line. Good rockets this game because there's the Ashe arrow. Rakan straight away looking for a counter engage. Vi goes for a really deep ultimate, actually gets punished for it, but there we go. They overwhelm them with strength, and they win the game. So overall, nice, good play. There was a lot of mistakes going on. Again, not many with my Jinx apart from the early game. Positioning was okay. The Anivia was a little bit, I imagine, frustrating to play with because she was not really grouping. It's like, ugh, can you be with us and whatevers. But I'd say the biggest person that was making mistakes on the Jinx's team was obviously the Jax. His item build doesn't make sense for Jax himself. He's not a crit champion or anything like that. And then on the enemy team, the bot lane and Lux arguably just mispositioning, their low mobility. When you're a low mobility champion with high range, you should be in the back line. You should be way away, not anywhere near where an Anivia stun can hit you, a Rakan can jump on your face. Just kind of let your Darius be front line and stuff like that. But they didn't really let that happen. And Darius was quite strong, but they just didn't use him. So there we go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did and you enjoy this series, throw a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.